All right, everybody, this is Paul McMillan II, and welcome to another live session. It's November 30th, 2021. So let's go ahead and check the news and see what's going on with the market before we get started. So as you can see, the New York session is pretty much started. The London session is done. So it looks like throughout the London session, the Swiss franc was the only currency that was under some major news, not that big of a news, but just some. But it looks like at 8:30, the Canadian dollar is going to be under some major news, and at 10 a.m. is going to be the US dollar. Pretty much all day until the Asian session, then the Australian dollar is going to be under some major news, or predicted to be under some major news. So we're going to actually mark up NAS100. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first step is to mark up market structure from the 15-minute to the 4-hour time frame. So what we're going to actually do is we're going to actually go all the way back in time as far as we can. We try to go back 6 months or less. We just try to get to the point to where TradingView doesn't record any more price action data. So let me pause this recording until I get there. All right, so here we are. So now let's go ahead and place our vertical line here. And so now we're going to start marking up our market structure based off of institutional levels. And then we're going to draw supply and demand zones after that. So this here I feel was a good liquidity point. Let's see. Yeah, right here. We want it here. We want it here. And maybe we can just, provide these down here. Maybe one all the way up to here. All right. So we're just going to mark it up this far. So then we're going to take our horizontal lines. We'll change this to yellow. Like that. And I like to draw from the body of the candle all the way down to the wick. All right. Right. So now we did the 30-minute here. I mean, the 15-minute. So now let's move on to the 30. All right. All right. So now I'm going to do the same thing here. Change this to green. So we're marking up our market structure based off the institutional levels. See how price kind of respected this level and broke through. Imbalance moved to the upside, so respect to that area. Let's see. This might actually be a good level here. It's possibly a good level. We might mark that up. Then go up to here. To there. And so now We'll draw supply demand zones off of this. We want to make this zone green. All right. This is a good one here. All right. So now we have marked up 30-minute. So now let's go to the 1 minute. So marked up all the way to this far. Vertical line. Let me actually change this to red. Forgot to do that. All right, now I'm going to draw my supply demand zones based off these here. I want to make this red. All right. So now we marked up the 1 hour. So now we move on to the 4 hour. So as you can see, we marked up everything so far from the 30-minute to the 4 hour. Now we're going to go all the way up to here. So of course, price was overall bought at this point here. So I want to take one here. I want to make this actually, let's see, do we have a purple one? Should have made a purple one. No, let me just do this. Let me pause this recording real quick. Okay, I'm back. So now we're going to actually mark up our supply demand zones on the 4 hour. So let's go ahead and do that. This way right here. So now I'm going to draw my demand zones for this one. So we're going to change this to purple. All right, so now that we did that, so now we did the first step. So now we're going to go back to the 15-minute. As you can see, everything lines up perfectly with our zones. Matter of fact, I'm gonna kind of make these zones a lot thinner now. All right. So now we did the first step. So now our second step is to identify the trend. So we see here that price went to an uptrend at this point, but looks like we see a break and retest. It looks like price is actually consolidating at current price. So price went bearish, broke, retested this trend line, went down, looks like it hit a level of support, but it looks like it's actually consolidating. So when I see consolidation, and I don't, if I see consolidation, I'm not going to trade until I see a clean, another break and retest. So what I'm going to do is just turn on my higher high, lower low strategy. I'm going to look at the most recent high and then the most recent low. And I'm going to actually put horizontal lines there because I want to wait and see which way price is going to break and retest. I like to label it. So let me find it. So this is going to be supply zone, break and retest. It's going to be demand zone, break and retest. All right. So, matter of fact, I could put it right here. Let's put it down to here. So now that I did that, so I like to situate it this way. That way, and I'll kind of point it out. That way, if price happens to break and retest here, it goes up, then I'll buy up. Price breaks and retests here, depending on what imbalances they want to fill, goes down to the next zone, then I'll sell it. And that's how I operate. All right. So based on that, whoops, did not mean to do that. Let me, there we go. Erase all of this here. All right, so now that we kind of identify the trend is actually consolidating, so it's ranging. So then the very next thing I do is look for the last Harami candle and imbalances. So I notice here that this is the very last Harami candle. So what I like to do is I like to actually draw a zone on that. Okay. And then this is also the last Harami candle as well. All right. Then I start looking for imbalances. So I turn on my order block indicator and then we'll start to analyze it. So when we look at the most recent trend, which was here, price trended down and caused an insufficiency in price called the imbalance. So basically when the institutions decided to sell this, it drove price down so fast to where it actually left a buy order here. Okay. So even though the institutions are billions and trillions of dollars in profit off of this move, they were still trillions of billions of dollars in the negative off of this buy order that did not get properly filled. So that's why it created a lot of imbalance. You'll see a lot of gray lines here. So eventually they're going to have to fill this imbalance. And they might go ahead and fill this imbalance first, drive price up and create an all-time high and then send price down. Or they might decide to go ahead and sell price all the way down, at least maybe down to here to fill this imbalance that this price created. Or send it all the way down to make price oversold and then ultimately buy it all the way up to create an all-time high to fill all this imbalance. Because they still got to fill this. They fill 50% of this area here by bringing it down to here. But they may decide to sell it and shoot price all the way up to here. Okay. So now that we know that, we can actually use these imbalances as take profit zones. That's how I operate. See one here. See one up here, price goes up. So then that's how I mark these. So then that's step 4. So then now step 5, I start planning my trades by placing my take profit zones by setting those up, and as well as of course setting those up using the risk reward tools, and then off of the Dorlean EMA indicator. So I'm going to turn on the Dorlean EMA indicator. Now, the way I use this indicator, I use this as extra confirmation off of everything else. Okay. I don't just solely rely on this indicator, but the way it works is that when this yellow EMA crosses the red EMA and it matches with everything else that I've analyzed, with my market structure, and as far as analyzing the imbalances and have an idea where price is going to go next, then when I get that cross, that's when I enter in for a buy or sell. So you can see that price already sold here, but it looks like it's hitting a liquidity point here. So it's a possibility because they filled half of this, they might go ahead and fill this up, drive price all the way up and then send it down. Or they could decide just to bring it on down, but we'll find out at the 9:30 bell. So now we're going to go ahead and just set up our trade, and then we're just going to wait and see what price does the 9:30 bell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out my risk to reward tool. I'm thinking that price is probably going to buy. I'm not even going to lie, but we'll see. So if price goes up, then I want to get at least 200 pips in NAS. So that's pretty much all the way up here to this first imbalance zone, which we can make it our first take profit zone. So we'll bring it down to here. Then we can make this up here as a second take profit. So we could, matter of fact, I'm gonna make, if price decides to keep on going, I'm gonna make this the second take profit here, especially if it passes this zone. So we'll do that. So we'll make this a second take profit. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this. So this is take profit 1, 400 plus pips. And then go up to here is 1,000 plus pips. Take TP2. That's all I'm going to pretty much set. So that way, and the reason why I set these, use these take profit zones, use these risk to reward tools, is solely because I'm able to click on these and I'm able to get the stop loss and take profit level price and entry price if I'm doing a pending order, and then I'm able to put those in quickly. So now I'm going to set for the sell. All the way down to here. So this is going to be my entry price. All right. So I want to get at least 200 pips in NAS. So we can just make this the first take profit. All right. So then this will be take profit 1, 450 plus. And I'll make this take profit 2, which at this point, this is about 1,700 pips plus. right? So that's what we're going to do. I see that price is grabbing a lot of liquidity here. It's giving me an indication that it's probably respecting this area and it's probably ready to buy up. So then the last thing I'm going to do before the 9:30 bell is still on step 5. The 6th step is to execute the trade at the 9:30 bell. But for now, we're going to set our take profit. Take profit. Let's see. Take profit alerts. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I went ahead and set my alerts. For my take profit zones. Now, when we look at the RSI, it looks like price is trying to buy up. And it looks like it's trying to break the zone, but I'm going to wait to the 9:30 bell, because if price happens to go up and then close down and, and do a banker's candle, that might be a good, then it might be a good sell opportunity. Well, it may be a sign that price is going bearish and going this direction. But I don't like to jump into a trade until I see a clear break and retest along with the EMA cross to the upside or downside. So we got about a little bit over 30 minutes, and we'll see what price does. So be right back. It's 9:17. So we got a little bit over 10 minutes for the 9:30 bell. So we'll see what happens. All right, so we have less than 8 minutes. It looks like price is clearly trending up. It's a possibility I might have missed my entry, but that's okay, because at least I was more careful. Just want to make sure I don't get into a fake out. But technically, this is my first take profit. I moved it up to here because I really think if the next candle closes up, it's going to create all-time high and just bust through take profit 1 here and 2. So I moved take profit 1 from here to here. So that way, if price ends up going up, then it's going to probably smash both of these and then, go over the top and then go down. Possibility. So we'll see. We just need to wait for the 9:30 bell to see what's popping. Matter of fact, I might have to put a horizontal line here. Might go up to here. Might just make this TP3. plus pips. Oh no, price might go up this high. You never know. Let's see here. All right, so I'm going to pause this recording, wait to the 9:30 bell. We got about 6 minutes. No, I take that back. We have, 6 minutes. Be right back. All right, so we have 1 minute left. So once we're here, we'll really figure out exactly where price is going. So be right back. And it's going to be any time now. All right, so now we got the 9:30 bell going. See what price decides to do. It's probably going to come back and maybe fill 50% of this imbalance candle here and then probably buy it up. So I'm not going to execute it yet, not yet. But this is what I wanted to avoid when it came to buying up, just fake out, because it looks like it's going to come back down and fill 50% of this and then buy up. So let's wait a little bit more, see what price is going to do. But a price break and retest, but a price breaks and retest this line, then we're going to sell. But if it comes back down and grab half of this imbalance and grab this liquidity and then goes up, then we'll buy it up. So let's just wait and see. Be right back. See a doji here. It's going back and forth. Definitely not making a move yet. Might be trying to grab a lot of liquidity in this area. So I'm gonna wait and see. So I went ahead and put in a buy sell. Looks like price is starting to push up. It looks like it's buying up. We'll see what happens. Once I get in the profit, I'll share my phone screen. We'll see if I made a good decision on this one. Looks like the yellow EMA is sticking out. So we'll see in a couple minutes where I'm at. Be right back. All right, so it looks like that I'm profiting. Well, it was getting close to about $10 now. I'm back up to $10. So if I can get at least $15 to $20 out of this, that'd be great. We'll see if that's realistic. I'll resume this recording when I get close. Be right back. All right, so $12 in profit, 15, 16, 15. All right, let's see if we got it. Yep, another $15 worth of profit. So we did it. So nice one there. All right. So we did that. So what I'm going to actually do is share the other screen. I'm going to go ahead and post this on social media, the results. And then we're going to end this session. We did it. Just give me a second here, guys. Be right back, guys. All right, so as you can see, looks like they're medicating this area here of all this imbalance. So they could drive price up just to create an all-time high and maybe make price overbought. But it did buy up. So it looks like it's going to still keep on going. But we won this trade. Made my income for the day. So that's it for this session. See you guys next time. Bye.